What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. And today I want to talk about the big elephant in the room and in the NBA world. All right, we're going to talk about the fact that the NBA wants to bring back the age of eligibility from 19 to 18 years old. Now, this rule was put into effect into the year of 2006, in the beginning of the 2006-2007 season, and for a lot of reasons. But we'll talk about those reasons later, and we're going to talk about why this is a good idea or a bad idea. All right, and we're also going to discuss, players like Kevin Garnett, Kobe Bryant, and of course, my man LeBron James.
LeBron James, LeBron James, LeBron James, LeBron James,
And at the end of the day, we're going to end up finishing with a couple of players that are obviously not so noteworthy, but you know what? At the end of the day, they were still drafted at the age of 18 years old. All right. Once again, everybody, my name is Mike, the host of Everyone Wants to Be Like Mike, presented to you by Notorious Radio 718. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and all our social media outlets. We love you, and we really appreciate you watching the show. All right, let's hop right back into things. Now, let's talk about players who the rule didn't apply, and I just spoke about them. Let's talk about Kevin Garnett first. All right, he was drafted in 1995 by the Minnesota Timberwolves. He was a first round, fifth pick. All right, he was a 2008 NBA champion with the Celtics, and we know exactly what that team was composed of. We're talking about Paul Pierce, Ray Allen, and so on and so forth. That was a really dope team that he played with. All right, talking about he was a 2004 MVP with the Timberwolves alone. All right, a 15-time NBA All-Star, which is absolutely insane. All right, NBA All-Star Game MVP in 2003. Part of the NBA 75th anniversary team, and he's obviously a Hall of Famer and retired in 2016 with career averages of 17.8 points, 10 rebounds, 3.7 assists, 1.3 steals, and 1.4 blocks on 49.7% shooting. Right? That's absolutely incredible. He was considered one of the best centers, power forwards in the league at his time, and he definitely deserves that title. Okay, he was amazing, and he was drafted at 18 years old. So look, we're talking about a player that was very successful in the NBA, who teams were completely going crazy over, right? At the end, and the Celtics probably couldn't do it without him, couldn't get that championship without him that year.
NBA champion, how does that sound?
Man, I'm so hyped right now. Anything's possible. Anything's possible!
That's the honest truth. Neither Paul Pierce or Ray Allen would have done it without him. I think, my personal truth. Everybody has their own opinion, but it's just the way that he plays. He was very aggressive. I used to love watching him play. It used to be that top three right there, that big three on the Celtics was very interesting to me. I was a very big Paul Pierce fan, even though I am a New Yorker. Yes, I know, very embarrassing. But you know what? Like I said before, just because you don't like a team or a city doesn't mean that you can't respect the success of a player. Very simple. All right, let's move on to Kobe Bryant, RIP. We're very sorry for his family and everything that happened to him and his daughter. And, it's really a shame to see a man like that go. I'll be honest with you, I was in complete tears when I found out. He's definitely one of my favorite players of all time. And he really showed the love of the game. That's why I really loved him. All right. First round pick. He was a first round 13th pick. All right. Five-time NBA champion. We all know that. He tried to go for that 2-3 piece, but he didn't get to. All right. Two-time NBA Finals MVP. All right. NBA MVP in 2008, obviously with the Lakers. 18-time All-Star, which is absolutely insane. All right. Four-time NBA All-Star Game MVP. Retired in 2016, obviously from the Lakers, and we watched that game. He scored 61 points in that last game, which is absolutely amazing, and it was great to watch. With career averages of 25 points, 1.4 three-pointers a game, 5.2 rebounds, 4.7 assists, 1.4 steals, and half a block a game on 44.7% shooting. All right. That's absolutely incredible. We all know how amazing Kobe Bryant was. Look, he was drafted at 17 years old. Yes, he was turning 18 that year, but he was drafted nonetheless at 17 years old. Okay. And he's a Hall of Famer now, of course, with everything that happened, but honestly, he would have been a Hall of Famer no matter what. All right. And look what he did. He's amazing. The guy was an amazing player. He was an amazing shooting guard. There's always conversations about whether Michael Jordan is better, whether Kobe Bryant is better. Well, honestly, if you were to compare the two, now obviously Kobe Bryant has the love of the people, everything that happened, but there was a big controversy. I mean, not controversy, there was big arguments for both, and they were two totally different players, but both shooting guards, and they were both amazing players. So again, Kobe Bryant, R.I.P. And we're gonna move on right now. Let's talk about my man LeBron James. All right, LeBron James, the king,
LeBron,
and
LeBron James,
he was the number one pick, all right, in 2003, and he was drafted by the Cleveland Cavaliers, like you all know, all right. He is a four-time NBA champion, four-time MVP, NBA Finals MVP, four-time NBA MVP, all right, 18-time All-Star, three-time NBA All-Star Game MVP, and part of the NBA 75th anniversary team, and he did all that on career averages so far. So far, I mean, he's not done yet. All right, on 27.1 points, 1.6 threes a game, 7.5 rebounds, 7.4 assists, 1.6 steals, and point 0.8 blocks a game on 50.5% shooting. Okay, that is completely incredible. All right, he's basically career averages are basically a triple double. All right, on over 50% shooting. All right, that's just those statistics right there are just absolutely incredible, and that is why a lot of people believe that he's the best player of all time. Those statistics are hard to argue with. You can't argue with it. They're statistics. Very simple. All right, and he will definitely be a Hall of Famer, but he still has time. All right, he's still gonna play probably I think another 2 3 years. But look, again, another player drafted at 18 years old. All right, look what he did with the at 18 years old. Yes. So I want to talk about real quick why they put this rule in effect in the first place. So the NBA believed in 2006 that it was smart for them to bring up the age to 19 because they believed that the players needed to go to the college, needed to get a little bit more, I don't know, I guess training or to get a little bit more humbled by the idea of going to college and well, whatever the case may be, But now, with all the talent coming in, all right, with Victor Wembanyama, the one that I talked about, and there's several others, all right, there's so many good talents out there. They're going to be coming in when they're around 18 years old. And that is why I think that everything is changing. They're looking at the past, all right. They're seeing, the players are progressing every single year. New players are coming out. You got Victor Wembanyama, who's at 7'2", could handle the ball, could shoot, dunk. He could do pretty much everything. And like a Giannis-like player, all right. And look at that, like these players are developing every single year. They're getting better and better and better. And I'm just really excited to see what's going to happen in the future with the NBA. All right. There's all the couple of mentions that I want to talk about. Dwight Howard, he was a first round pick, all right, 2004 by Orlando Magic, obviously, right, 2020 NBA champ, of course with the Sixers, all right, and an eight-time NBA All Star. So I mean, it's not like there's something to shrug at. Dwight Howard, yes, he's been all over the place, he's hard to trust now, but in his prime, he was pretty good. There's nothing that you could say about him, all right, but nothing bad that you could really say about him, all right. Then we also got Tracy McGrady, that was drafted in 1997 by the Toronto Raptors. All right, and we all know what Tracy McGrady did do. He was an amazing shooter. I mean, the guy would have had the insane pull up game. And honestly, I was watching reruns the other day of the shots that he was making when he was playing for Orlando. I mean, wow, he was just an amazing 3-point shooter, amazing shooter in general. Like the pull up threes that he had were absolutely incredible. I don't think anybody could really do it like he did anymore. Tyson Chandler, also drafted in 2001 by the Clippers. He was a first round, second pick. All right. Amari Stoudemire, drafted by the Suns in 2002, first round, 9 pick. Andrew Bynum, 2005 by the Lakers, and the first round pick also, 10 pick. All right. And in these particular cases, so let's talk about why it's a good idea. I personally think it's a good idea for one particular reason because this like I understand why the NBA wants these kids want to go to college and to get some structure and to learn and to get higher education. But what is that year really going to do for them? All right, are they going to get that much more education within 1 year? I mean, I've been to college, I've been to law school, and I'll tell you right now, college is more of a like, you're not learning much in your first year. It's freshman year, whatever the case may be. I understand if the requirement was like maybe 20, 22, or 21, 22, and they needed to graduate college to get something. But what 1 year really gonna do for them in college? Maybe on the make playing for a D1 league, it makes sense. They get some structure or whatever. But they could do the same thing in the NBA, in my opinion. Yes, a lot of these 18-year-olds, they will never be as successful as Kobe or LeBron James, obviously. But at the end of the day, we'll see what happens. I personally think they will have a better progression if they're in the NBA. All right, because in the NBA they're already playing with the big dogs. They're not playing with D1 college players. All right, and if they jump right into it from high school, they'll see if they're really capable. They're either gonna fall or they're gonna rise. It's very simple, and that's how you could weave out some players, and you could realize who's gonna be the best of the best. All right, that's my personal opinion. Bad side of things, yes, we're gonna have a lot more rookies drafted a year, all right? And there's gonna be a lot going on. We're gonna have to be looking at high schools, students. We're gonna have to seniors, obviously. There's gonna be also college recruits coming in. So there's gonna be a lot going on, and I don't really see how that will all pan out. I'm sure the NBA will figure it out. There is 30 teams in the NBA at the end of the day, so I'm sure they'll figure it out one way or another. All right. But I mean, that's not much of a downfall, like if there's any downfalls that you guys could think of, please comment, share. I'll gladly address it. Anything that you like about the fact that the eligibility age eligibility is changing, please again comment. I'll definitely like to hear your feedback. All right. Let's move on. Today, I want to talk about all right. Like I said, we were talking a lot about the Lakers, and the Lakers are making moves this year. All right. LeBron James, Magic, they're not playing around. They want to win. They want to win. All right. Now, I don't know if everybody saw Eurobasket, league, tournament, if anybody watched it this year, but did anybody see how Dennis Schroeder was playing for Germany? All right. He was absolutely amazing. It's funny. It's like, let the guy play, and you'll see what he could do. All right. He was absolutely dominating. He was amazing, and because of that, he got offers from the Lakers, he got offers from the Suns, Toronto, and even the Celtics, and he didn't even want to go back to the Celtics, right? And my man has a tattoo of the Celtics logo on his hand, so I don't know what he's going to do with that, but regardless, it doesn't matter, He wanted to go to the Lakers. I think he just wants to win. He took a lot less money than was offered from Toronto and the Suns. He took, I think, something of like a $3 million deal, a little bit less actually, but look, I don't think he's after the money. He wants to win. All right. And now with Dennis Schroeder there, they acquired Patrick Beverly before, and now they also got Westbrook. And there's a lot of this hypocrisy going around. Oh, Westbrook has to be traded. He has to be traded. Too many guards on the team. Too many point guards. Too many blah blah. I don't. It doesn't seem like Westbrook is going to be traded. It doesn't seem like that's going to happen. It seems like he's going to be coming off the bench right this year, and it's going to be very interesting watching. Like I said before, it's common sense. Westbrook and LeBron James showed over and over again that they do not play well together on the field. All right. So obviously he should not be in the starting lineup. It's just common sense. So him coming off the bench is the best way to go for the Lakers. And I think their team this year is absolutely phenomenal. And honestly, if I think they have a very high chance at the championship, very high chance. All right. All right, so I want to move on and let's talk about Dame Lillard real quick. Everybody was worried about his abdominal injury. I'm going to tell you the truth. I was worried about his abdominal injury. I drafted him in one of my leagues, first round pick last year, and he went down, I think, January with his abdominal injury. And I knew he was going to go down because there was reports going on from, I think, October already in the beginning of the season. He has abdominal issues, abdominal issues, abdominal issues. And I knew that time was going to come. I mean, I guess I was lucky. I was smart enough to think about it. I picked up after me Simon, so I was good. But nonetheless, it is an abdomen issue. I really love Damian Lillard. I love his game, and I love his respect for the team that he plays. All right, not to mention the fact that he just recently stated specifically he wants to finish his career with Portland. All right, he's not thinking about the fact that of course he's thinking about the fact that he might not win a championship in the near future or whatever the case may be before he retires, but he knows he wants to retire in Portland. I call that loyalty. I call that respect. All right. And I really, really, really love that about him. And you know what? He still is one of the best players in the league. There's nothing anybody could say about that. And if you guys have been watching, maybe seeing a little bit of his Instagram posts or whatever the case may be, Twitter, take a look. He's he's back at it. He's conditioning. He was shooting up, putting up shots the other day, doing completely amazing. And honestly, he's gonna be up there again. I don't know if he's gonna crack the top 10, but he'll be up. I think in top 15, top 16 for sure. You know what I mean? And fantasy basketball wise, I mean. All right. Now, the Jazz recently acquired Cody Zeller. All right, now that's just ridiculous. The only reason why I'm mentioning this, all right, is because they got Kessler Edwards and the Don Mitch and the Rudy Gobert trade, okay, going on. Now, sorry. Now Walker Kessler is an impressive rookie, all right, and I think he's going to be able to do a lot. All right, and he's going to show everybody what he's going to be able to. I mean, he's on a Jazz roster where who does he really have for to fight for competition at center? He has Hassan Whiteside, okay, and he has Udoka and Zeller. I mean, is that really any competition to really begin with? Hassan Whiteside, I see him probably playing coming off the bench, and getting Walker Kessler to start would probably be the smart move for them because they're going to be developing the younger players. Okay, that just makes sense now because that's what they're going to be doing. They're going to be they have like 15 first round picks in the next 7 years, like I said before, and that's just where their team is headed at right now. They're going to have a young team for years to come. And developing Walker Kessler, who I believe is going to be a great center in a couple of years, right? It's just going to be the smartest thing. Give him the minutes, let him play. Yes, he's going to make mistakes. Maybe the whole season, maybe half the season does not matter. You know you're not making to the playoffs. Let the kid play. All right. I don't want to see Cody Zeller on the court. All right, that's for sure. All right. So I don't know what they were doing over there, but nonetheless, Walker Kessler, watch out for him. I'm telling you guys, he's gonna blow your minds. All right. Now I want to move on and talk about how the Celtics are now interested in free agents Aldridge, LaMarcus Aldridge and Dwight Howard. All right. Now it makes sense for them. Robert Williams just now, okay, he's going for a knee surgery, left knee surgery, I believe, okay, and not I believe, I know it's a left knee surgery, but the problem is he is their starting center, and without Horford there, he being a vet, being as old as he is, all right, they're gonna need that backup, all right. He's gonna be gone for. They're saying 4 to 6 weeks, but I'm telling you right now, it's gonna be 6 to 8 weeks minimum. It's a knee surgery at the end of the day. Okay, the guy's not gonna just get back up, start dunking and blocking shots on like people like Rudy. It's not gonna happen. Okay, he's gonna need that 2 months to relax and get back into it. So I see him probably getting back into it like middle of December-ish, maybe if we're lucky, like beginning of December, if we're lucky. All right. Now let's talk about the EuroBasket tournament finals. All right, France versus Spain. All right. Now we're only gonna mention obviously the four players that really matter. All right. We're talking about Rudy Gobert, Evan Fournier on France, and we're gonna talk about Juancho Hernan Gomez and his brother Willie Hernan Gomez on Spain. All right. What Spain has done over the years with Eurobasket. Okay, they have plenty of gold medals. They're amazing. They're amazing with it. Every single, I mean, other year they've been winning. I think they've won like the last two in a row. Whatever the case may be, they've won several medals already, gold medals already, and it's very impressive to see. And now we're talking about they went up against the team, okay, with Rudy Gobert and Evan Fournier. Now Rudy, one of the defensive, well, he is was defensive player of the year several times. All right, and we're talking about Evan Fournier, who's also very amazing. Yes, on the Knicks, he's kind of but he has a great shot. He's a great 3 point shooter, and he has a great perimeter shooter too. So he has the game, all right. And their team isn't bad either. So to see them go down to a team made up of their best players being Juancho Hernan Gomez and Willie Hernan Gomez. I mean, that just blows my mind, and it's absolutely incredible what the two did against Gobert in this EuroBasket finals. It's just incredible. All right, now we're gonna talk about my man Bo Cruz, Juancho. All right, in his finals game. All right, against France, he had 27 points on 9 out of 11 field goals. All right, and 2 out of 2 free throws, right? 5 rebounds, 2 steals, and 7 threes. That's 7 out of 9 threes made beyond the arc, and it's just absolutely incredible because in all of the 5 games that he had in EuroBasket, he only made 9 out of 25 threes that he attempted. So that means that he literally made 7 in that finals game. So whatever he did to get ready for that game, keep doing it because honestly, I'm thinking that after this, Nick Nurse is not going to have a choice but to give the guy minutes. Yes, he's in Toronto now. They just acquired him recently. All right. And as a good, he's an amazing forward. I know he's not going to be playing over OG or somebody like Pascal. Okay, that's understandable. But then again, they might even push him. They could push him to a small ball center sometimes. You know what I mean? They really can. You know, so who do they have? They have Chris Boucher. They have, I mean, Precious. No, nothing special. So honestly, just developing Juancho would be pretty interesting. And Nick Nurse might be inclined to do so because of what he showed he could do in this Eurobasket League. And honestly, it's really impressive, and I'm really glad that he did it. All right, all right. So now I want to move on and talk about his brother Willie Hernan Gomez. All right, my man is the man that won. Basically, he was doing amazing throughout the whole entire tournament. He got the MVP. All right, and he deserved the MVP. All right. He averaged 5 games. He averaged 15.4 points, 7.4 rebounds, 1.2 assists, hardly any defensive stats, but on 68.9% shooting. That's absolutely amazing, okay? We're talking about Willie Hernan Gomez, who's on the New Orleans Pelicans, and he is a great center. I mean, when he has the time to play, he could probably show us a little bit of a flash of couple of good games, yes. But you do have Jonas Valanciunas there. We do have Zion back. All right. Do we really see Willie Hernan Gomez getting that much time? I see him coming off the bench, maybe playing 16 to 18, 19 minutes a game, essentially. All right. If God forbid, of course, something does happen to Jonas, all right, I think Willie Hernan Gomez is going to be next to runner up, and it just makes sense to play him. All right. He's an amazing player, and he did so much better than his brother Juancho. Obviously, Juancho did better in the finals game, but throughout the 5 games, right? Like I said, Juancho he averaged only what 9.4 points, 4.8 rebounds, 1.6 assists, right? Yes, it was on 61.5% shooting, right, and 36% shooting beyond the arc. But again, all most of that came from the last finals game, right? Throughout the first 5 games, it was Willie Hernan Gomez really, really showing his game. It was really impressive. It was really interesting to watch, and he was dominating even Rudy Gobert in the finals game. It was really, really incredible to watch. So, congratulations to Spain. Congratulations to Willie Hernan Gomez for getting that MVP, for winning the Eurobasket tournament, and congratulations to my man Bo Cruz. All right. Now, lastly, I want to talk about the top 20. I want to talk fantasy basketball. All right, let's talk fantasy basketball. All right, let's talk about the top 20 picks in a Yahoo Fantasy 9 category league right now. Like I did a mock draft yesterday. All right, and these are the top. Let's start with the top 20. All right, players listed. All right, we got Yogi at first, Durant at second, and beat at and beat at third. I apologize. Trey Young at fourth. I'm sorry, guys, but that blows my mind. At Trey Young at fourth, really? And then look the names that are coming after him. You got Curry, you got Giannis, Luka, Harden, all of them coming after him. That's just not happening. Trey Young is not finishing above Curry. That's 100% this year. I don't see it. Okay, even Giannis, how does that make sense? All right, so I think that yes, there's a month left before the season starts. I think there's going to be a lot of changes going around. Okay, when it comes down to the line. But let's just go through what it looks like right now, and I'm gonna explain to you why you know some should be where they are and some shouldn't be. All right. So again, Jokic at first, Durant at second, Embiid at third, Trey Young at fourth, Steph Curry at fifth, Towns at sixth. Then we got Tatum, Giannis at eighth, Luka at ninth, Harden at 10th, LaMelo at 11th, and LeBron James at 12th. All right. Let me just stop there for a second. All right. Let's talk about, okay, Trey Young again. So Jokic at first makes complete sense. I take him there. Me personally, if I had the first pick, uh, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I would take Jokic. I don't know if I would take Curry. I don't know if I would take Giannis. Those are the three that I would have a gamble with. But let's look at the other players. We got Irving at 13, Davis at 14, Murray, Jamal. We were talking about DeJounte Murray, okay? Then Damian Lillard, all right? Halliburton, Booker, Garland, and Don Mitch at 20. All right. I want to talk about this. The reason why I want to talk the first 20 picks and mainly the first 12 is because I play 12 team 9 cat leagues, and obviously 12 is the number. So at 12 we have LBJ and we have first we have Jokic. Okay, so I wouldn't really want to get stuck with a pick somewhere in the middle over there, like fifth or sixth or seventh. You know what I mean? Like when I'm gonna be doing my drafts, I really hope that I end up with the first to third pick, maybe fourth, or if not that, 10th to like 12th, or maybe 9th to like 12th pick. Right, and I'll explain why. Right, those middle picks right there, like fifth to eighth, fifth to ninth, right? They're gonna be a little bit difficult to like figure out. You know what I mean? Because we got Trey Young, first of all, he's not getting picked in top four. Okay, it's just not happening. Just not happening. Simple. All right. And Jokic, Curry, Embiid, and how's it called? Luka and Giannis, and even Tatum are going to be picked probably before so before everybody else. But again, so when we're talking about those players, that's fine. But when we get into players like Towns, get into players like Trey Young, like I said, get into players like LaMelo, LeBron James, all right? Harden even, all right? Where do they all stand? Like, let's talk about Trey Young, like I said, not happening. Towns, we have Rudy Gobert there now. Is Towns going to be putting up top 10, top 12 value? I really don't see it. He has Ant Edwards next to him as well. Not to mention D'Angelo Russell. So I really don't see him doing that. Yes, they're going to be a better team altogether, but I do not see him being a top 12 asset. I just don't. All right. So I'll drop him down a couple, maybe to like 14th or 15th pick. To be honest, if it was me. All right. Let's talk about Harden. Now, everybody's saying that Harden is going to somehow hop back into his regular self and he's going to be a top five asset again. And a lot of podcasters are saying that. I personally do not agree. I don't. I don't. All right. With Tyrese Maxey there, Embiid there, Tobias Harris, there's just so much scoring going on. I don't see Harden doing that. I mean, yeah, he will finish in I see the top 10, top 12, but I don't see him in the upper 10. I just don't. I just don't. Top five, I don't think so. And a lot of people will be drafting him. I guarantee you. Top five, top six, you'll be drafted. I guaranteed. Guaranteed. All right. Now, I want to also talk about LeBron James. All right. LeBron James, is he going to be a top 12 player? Also, again, top 10 player? No, I really don't think so. I think we got players, other players here that are going to crack that top 10 list before LeBron James. Not because LeBron James doesn't know what he's doing. He's not a great player. He's an amazing player. But he's not that at the end of his career, but he's older. He's going to be doing a lot of facilitating, a lot of coaching. He's going to be in there playing, of course, but Anthony Davis is going to be running that offense, right? I would probably put Anthony Davis on this list before LeBron James, to be honest with you, right? So that's also a little bit questionable, you know. And again, this is all biased, I guess, in a way, but in my personal opinion and in my years of experience in fantasy basketball, I just don't see it happening. Now, let's talk about a couple other players like LaMelo. All right, LaMelo, I think he should be not 11th. All right, I think he should be up there in like 9th, 10th category, like 9th, 10th. You know what I mean? Maybe 8th even, because LaMelo is just developing and developing. Like the guy finished top 15 last year. What is he going to do this year with a team that's basically completely depleted? All right. He's going to be running the offense. He'll be doing absolutely everything. Yeah, Gordon Hayward's there. He's an injury-prone risk, and he's a risk. So I'm not even worried about. But Lamelo's going to be running the floor. I mean, seeing a triple-double come from him this year, or close to a triple-double coming from him this year, I wouldn't be surprised. I really, really wouldn't. Right? And he'll be putting up like Luka type numbers, I guess. You know what I mean? I see that. I really, really do. All right, and it's good to see that. I mean, it would be good to see that, and I really love Lamelo Ball. I love his game. So, all right, and I want to talk about the next 20 players. All right, the next 20 players up are DeRozan. We got Bam Adebayo, which I completely agree with where he's at 21. All right, 22. I'm sorry. Then we have PG. All right, Sabonis, and Edwards, Fran VanVleet. All right, John Morant, a player that we're going to talk about in a second. All right, Jimmy Butler, Siakam, SGA, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, which also I really don't agree with. All right, Rudy Gobert, Kate Cunningham, which is a Kate Cunningham is at a perfect spot right there. All right, Bradley Beal, Kawhi Leonard. All right, Chris Paul, Robert Williams, Vooch, Levine, Middleton, and Ayton. All right, let's talk first about PG. All right. Is he going to finish in the top 20? I really don't know. Question is about how many games is he going to really play. And yes, he will probably provide top 20 value in the games that he does play. But don't forget, this is fantasy basketball. You also want to draft players that are going to play more games than not. And when we're talking about PG, when we're talking about as Kawhi and what's going on with with the Clippers, with John Wall, I mean, there's going to be a lot of resting days. So do you see them playing more than 60 games throughout the year or less than 60 games? More than 65 games or less than 65 games? Because that makes a big difference. It really, really does. And that difference comes in towards the end of the season when you're already in playoff mode and these players are getting rested. You got to think about that stuff when you're drafting, right? That's very, very important. People don't think about those things when they draft, and then they get screwed at the end of the year, and they're surprised why their number one player is getting, or second number two player is getting rested. It just makes sense for them. You just drafted PG-13 Kawhi, and you expect them not to be rested. That's just what's going to happen. They're going to be rested before the playoffs. That's just the idea, all right? So, all right, that's just common sense. Let's move on. Anthony Edwards at 25. I think that's a perfect spot for him. All right. I'd see him exceeding that spot, to be quite honest with you. And maybe staying the same because now they have Rudy. But you know what? It doesn't really change his ball usage and it doesn't change how much he's going to be really scoring. So, I honestly, I'll probably give him top 20, top 25 value. Absolutely. But you know what? These type of players that last year you would draft in the fourth round, fifth round, you're not going to be able to anymore. All right. And Edwards is going to be gone by the second round. Right? If you're not drafting him in the second round, you're not getting him. All right, that's just a fact. All right, let's talk about Ja Morant. All right, yeah, they got him listed at what is this 27th. All right, I just don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Ja Morant is great. He has a lot of potential. He's gonna be doing great things this year. He's gonna finish top 25, top 30. It's possible. I just I really don't know about him. I see him doing a lot, but he's just such an explosive player. I worry about him getting injured sometimes. You know what I mean? Things that he does, the way the hops that he has, he's just again so explosive that he kind of scares me for an injury coming around. Like and I don't want to jinx him or anything like that, God forbid. But it's just he puts his all into it every single game, and I feel like he needs a little bit of rest. He needs to be put so, but again, a lot of people, again, another player, John Morant, he's not going past the second round. You'll be lucky if you get him in the third round, all right? And that's the truth. And in my opinion, in that way, you're losing value because instead of drafting a person like, I don't know, Sabonis or Bam Adebayo or even somebody like Chris Paul, Kate Cunningham, all right, Jimmy Butler, you're going to draft John Morant and you're going to lose some value because I feel like it's just so, you know, I know. I guess some people are gonna disagree with me, and a lot of people will, but that's my personal opinion. And in this top 40, we don't have players like Jalen Brown. All right, there's a lot of players that aren't mentioned, so a lot of things are gonna change. They're gonna change with time because more mock drafts are going to be held, and you know what? Percentages are going to change and the ADPs are going to change. So it's not going to be surprising to see. But again, all right, if you're going to be very lucky if he gets the first to third pick or the last few picks, because you know what, the first to third pick, you're either getting Jokic, you're picking up Giannis, or you're picking up Steph Curry. That's just okay, undeniable. Undeniable, and that should how it should go, all right? And if you're getting the last few picks, it's great because you're getting basically back-to-back picks. So if you end up picking up like a LaMelo and then picking up for your second pick somebody like, I don't know, let's say Towns if he's still there, because I don't see people drafting him in the first round. I really don't in a 12-team league. Really don't see it happening. All right, because people are that are experienced and thinking like me, like, listen, he has a fully loaded team. He's not playing at the center position anymore. And even at the times he did those past few years, there was a lot of injuries, and there was, he wasn't really, he was keeping up his value, but again, he missed a lot of games and so on and so forth. So again, this is great for his team, it's great for the Timberwolves, but I don't know if it's great for his fantasy value. All right. So if you get to pick up Towns at second and LaMelo first, that's an amazing combination. All right. So again, a lot of this is going to change. This is just a hypothetical right now, and eventually I will hold All right, one of my leagues that I'm gonna be drafting in live. All right, on this show. All right, and I really can't wait until that day comes. All right, if anybody's interested in joining the league, please let me know. Also, comment, and I will gladly get you in there. And once again, thank you for watching. We really appreciate it. We love you, and we'll be introducing you to another episode of Everyone Wants to Be Like Mike next week. Bye bye, everyone.